First and 10. Here's Jones. Room to the right. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a one-score game in the first half. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found
God,
that
doing
lane,
already?
and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear
That's
these coaches
crazy.
tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain,
The Vikings been busy this week, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter.
They're
all
pretty
get
good,
done,
though.
and a big chunk run follows.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings get it back to within 6.
Also, they got their first win earlier. Let's see if they can get their second win today.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. He fields it from the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Harrison Smith in on the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the play fake, it's Hurts. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Eagles in possession. Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be Vikings football. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Escapes the pocket. Took off with it again. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The throw is caught. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to the air, McCarthy. This one's caught. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're gonna see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So now, here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would love a touchdown more.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Ty Chandler to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out to start this third quarter. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Brought in left side by Jefferson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing on third, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. McCarthy to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
Let's see what they went with on third down. Here's McCarthy to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they had that one contained right at the line. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts now from the gun. Getting out to his left. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10 from the 41. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. They go to Barkley again. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Chandler now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's McCarthy. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Man in motion here. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Here's 2nd and 11. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, while keeping those feet in bounds.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's been one of the players of this game. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Eagles back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this 2nd half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Hurts. He's got Smith. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he's only able to get this to around the 13. They managed 3 yards on the tote. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A good pickup of 8 yards, but still more than that. 9 to go now on 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They're set up at the 35 now. Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. Big man showing up the yards. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. They just get the play off. And he's hit and dropped, so that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter with him picking himself up after that sack. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. Trying again following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Hurts setting up to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They're going to run with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Hurts looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
2nd and 10, McCarthy. Has his man. It's Addison. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Hutchinson reels it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Back to the air, McCarthy. Caught for big yards on the right side. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get it back to within 2 possessions. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other. give him a chance to make a play.
They put a receiver in motion here left. 2nd and 4. Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing here hurts. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Vikings have some new life in the 4th. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Vikings now set to take the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 45 on 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Hits him on the out route. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He's got it near the 10. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jones. Jukes one defender. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Now 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. Here's Barkley. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Call it about 70 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Eagles are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
All right, guys. As I'm recording this audio, I will probably be asleep by now when you guys are probably watching this. But I just want to say I thank you guys for everything once again. I appreciate the support, the love that I've been getting from you guys, not just on YouTube, but on Instagram and Twitch and stuff like that. I appreciate it. I thank you for that. And thank you for the 44 subscribers or subs. I just seen that. It's a time to be alive, bro. And I couldn't do this without God. So you have to put God first in everything that you want. Now I'm not talking about talking to him just for things that you want, because you don't supposed to do that. But just talk to him and vibe with him, because if it wasn't for him, none of this would have been possible. Nobody would be here if it wasn't for him. So you have to thank him all the time. He's first. He's first before anything. But thank you guys. Love you so very much. We'll be back on it as tomorrow as well. I'm not gonna I didn't take any breaks. I had to leave because I had to help my mom. We had to move like furniture and stuff like that all day, so I'm pretty tired. But I'm out. I'll catch you guys later.